Welcome back, humans. How's it going? So we have honestly a grade A film. It's Ultraman Rising. Wasn't expecting this to be such high quality, but before we get into it, I'm pretty sure this is a lot of people's first Ultraman film. Let me take it back and explain what Ultraman is and where it came from. So stepping back, way back from the first Godzilla film, we have people behind the movie. One of them is Eiji Tsuburaya, which that name should be very much ingrained because he's the guy behind Suitmation, which is people in suits, monster suits, etc., fighting over miniature cities. This is the guy who's basically the grandpappy of what we know as kaiju. He had shows along the time as well, and in 1966, he created Ultraman. It was a big hit back in the day, and the whole premise of Ultraman was an alien fighting alongside humans. But there's a bit more to it. Somebody in the Science Patrol team, which is a team to fight against the aliens, and also fights with Ultraman. Come to find out, somebody in that team is Ultraman. Now, how did he become Ultraman? Well, it turns out there's advanced aliens called Ultras go around different galaxies and protect them. They have a very high sense of justice, and the Ultra that we got fused with the human. Hence why he's different than the original Ultras. If you get into the lore, he has a timer which goes off after a few minutes, 3 minutes if I'm correct, and he has two weapons that he can use during that time to fight against the evil aliens and kaijus. One, the A beam or the Spacium Ray, pretty classic, and then two, the Ultra Slash, which is a buzzsaw frisbee and cuts almost anything. Also, there's practical effects with the fighting and the wrestling, if you will, and it's just a fun show to watch. And if you want some recommendations with it, if you want to just go back in time or even look at some new stuff, I would recommend Ultraman the original, Ultra 7, Ultraman 8, and even Ultraman Tiga, which is not too long ago, but it's a very mixed bag with people, that's for sure. But I like it. The only thing is, I've tried seeing some of the new ones, and they are pretty much tailored towards the kids, selling toys and real emphasis on toys. So if that doesn't bother you, they have a bunch of lore if you care about the Ultras and all that world expanding stuff. So if that's any of an interest, I would say check those out. And they have movies, so maybe check out that too. I didn't mention this earlier, but there's another movie that's actually really good. It's Shin Ultraman. It's from Hideko Anno, the guy behind Evangelion, and his take is pretty straightforward. It's a philosophical take on Ultraman, a bit more of questioning humanity, and of course the visuals and homage to the original series is just all there. Like he pays his respects 100%, and it's a great movie of action, a bit more serious stuff. Shin Ultraman is going to be your movie. That's not to take anything away from it. The only drawback is it's not as wholesome. The heart is not as what you want it to be, like the nice warm feeling. But then you step away and look at the other side, and you have Ultraman Rising, which is a lot more recent. Obviously, it's a few weeks ago, and this is literally the other half of that coin. It's full of heart, full of family, full of the trauma, everything just to fit in perfectly, in my opinion. Ultraman Rising is pretty straightforward. Takes us through the story of Ken Sato and his family, which we get a really quick run through in the beginning, giving us the time skip. We see Ken Sato go from a complete arrogant asshole who you just want to punch. I did. That's how good they made him punchable. To seeing the crux of the movie, to find a baby he has to take care of, as Gigantron, which is one of the big kaijus, had a child. I know it's kind of a lot of spoilers already, but bear with me. We follow the story of Ken taking care of this child, trying to not be an asshole, and trying to balance his life between his baseball career because he's now a world-renowned baseball player, protecting Japan because the reason why he came back to Japan was because his dad got injured. He can no longer be Ultraman and protect Japan to his full capacity, and being a dad. So we get all this mingled in, and to add more salt to the wound, he has trauma slash a wall with his dad because when his mom disappeared, they had a fallout. Kind of felt that he wasn't the proper dad that he should have been this whole time. So now you have the family trauma, you have him being a dad, you have him trying to protect the city, you have the military involved, which the Professor Onda, really good character by the way. And by the way, Keone Young, I believe this is the voice actor, or Keone Young. Don't kill me, I'm sorry. Love his voice. It's always great to hear that. And as a little caveat, I gotta point out they gave him just enough humanity, in my opinion, where he wasn't a completely evil person. He still was, but this they didn't turn him into a morally great character to be like, oh man, it's I understand that he was good. Like no, he was an evil person who was just he lost his way. He was a mad scientist basically. So thank you for doing that. I do not like these morally great characters or ultimately good. No. Thank you for making him just flat out an asshole too. But back to what I'm talking about. The movie does really well in capturing these moments between the baby, between Ken, between his interviewer, which he doesn't have any friends, surprise, but one of the interviewers early on talks to him again, and he's able to express himself a bit better instead of being a complete walled off asshole. And I can get into it, but there's just so much behind it. It's the way they're able to just give us these moments of him understanding, him coming to terms that he needs his dad. His dad can help him. Interviewer can help him. The baby, which her name is Emmy, can help him, and he's just he's able to grow. He's just able to grow flat out. It has so many moments if you take care of kids, which I have. You have kids around you in general. The jokes, they're gonna hit you. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna have a good time. And it doesn't help that the soundtrack, if I gotta be honest, is a freaking banger. We even have Tim Henson from Polyphia. What the fuck? We have a guitar solo with Battle Seeds, and it's fucking rad, alright? That's just fucking cool. It is really cool. And to boot, Netflix did beautiful with the animation. Gorgeous scenes, by the way. Just, oh, Chef's kiss when we first saw it. I saw it with the boys, and damn, it's. And I'll say it right now before I get canceled. This is up to par with Spider Verse. Probably better because of just how well they were able to use it and just not make you get tired of it. Just gorgeous movie. So animation is beautiful, music is beautiful. The characters all around, everybody feels very full. Love them, I hate them. But the sadness and the wholeness. This was a really solid character movie as well. And overall, with its message of family, honestly, it nailed it on the head. So Netflix, Ten and Shindo, thank you and Ollie for bringing us this film, and to the crew behind everything. Just thank you, and hopefully, if you get to make another one, you're watching. So solid A movie. I can't give it an S because it's too wholesome. I lied. It's S tier. And I know some people want more violence and to balance that out. So if you saw it, let me know what you think down below. If you didn't, and I made you go watch it, come back, tell me that I did that. So yeah, have a good one. Take care. See you for the next one.